This may be quite a big question, but what got you started on abortion in the first place?
Well, obviously, when I came to Christ, you're reading Scripture. You see, this is what God says about what's in the womb, and this is how we're supposed to see it. Um, but I didn't do anything, even as a Christian or even as a pastor. I didn't do anything to actually save lives or do anything to stop abortion. I definitely would have preached on it once a year at the Sanctity of Life, Sunday. Talked about it in coffee shops with Christians and in my home, but we didn't really do anything. And so it was the film. One of the major things that got me over the line was the film "Babies Are Murdered Here." My friend Marcus Pittman made that film, and in that film, I was just heavily impacted by the fact that we're talking about this and I'm talking about it, but I'm not doing anything about it. I have abortion facilities, not far from my house and not far from the church, and they're killing babies there every day, and I'm not doing anything about it. And so we just decided as a church, a young church, to just go out with the gospel and try to save babies. And the first day we went out, we saved two babies. The very first day, within 2 hours, and so that was very convicting too, to say we could have been doing this the whole time. It's so then we started going out as a church and doing that regularly. And then on the radio show, I would just announce, hey, we had a save. Hey, we had two saves this weekend. And so other churches started contacting us saying, how are you doing that? And we were like, we don't know. We're just preaching the gospel and just telling them the truth. And so we realized that, okay, at the abortion mill, it's necessary work. That's where they're killing them, but it's being fed from somewhere else. Like we're downstream trying to like empty a river with buckets. We have to stop it where it's coming from. And so we decided to start an abortion now to teach churches and raise them up to go and do the work we're doing at the abortion facility to save lives. Since that time we started, we have over 1,000 churches that we've equipped and trained, and there's been tens of thousands of babies saved. And it's ongoing. It just continues to grow and grow. But the other thing is we knew that as the church we needed to have a prophetic voice to the legislators in states to call them to end this injustice. And so that was the goal of End Abortion Now, was to raise up churches to save lives, use our platform to communicate the truth on this issue, and to go to legislatures across the country and get bills of abolition to abolish abortion. And God's been doing powerful things. I mean, there's been dozens of bills of abolition now that have been done across the country. We were able to, just by God's grace, to be able to start the conversation with Emory. I was one of the guys in his front yard that day.
Wow.
He didn't know us. We didn't know him. We just knew that he was a legislator, and some Georgia Christians told him, "Hey, meet with this pastor." He said, "Okay." So we literally showed up on his front lawn, talked to him for 2 hours, and in that meeting, he said, "I'm going to do it." He said, "It's God's law over man's law." He said, "I have to do this." And so, yeah, so it's been just a humbling experience to know that in myself I'm not worthy to do anything like this, but God uses jars of clay, and all of us can be used by God to be effective in this movement. So.
Praise God.